Hey everybody, it's Gabe at Security.org. Today we're going to talk about the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera. There are three things I want you to know by the end of today. One, how it might fit your security needs. Two, what it's doing better than anyone else in the market. And three, how it compares to a premium camera like the Canary. Let's get started. If you'd like to see a list of our favorite cameras, Google Security Baron plus best security cameras. And if you have any questions about today's review, drop us a comment below and we'll get back to you. Out of the box, the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera has a beautiful minimalism. You just got your power adapter and the camera itself. Of course, there's a port for Ethernet so you can hardwire it directly into your high-speed internet connection. You've got a slot for micro SD card up to 32 gigabytes for local storage, and of course the little slot where you plug in this power adapter. It's a really beautiful camera, but we also of course care about its functionality. Let's put it to the Security Baron necessary features test, which includes video quality, two-way audio, night vision, local and cloud storage, smart platform integration, artificial intelligence, value, and convenience. Let's talk about what's most important with an indoor security camera, the actual footage. The Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera comes with 1080p high definition video, but I do have a few things I want to mention about it. One, the live streaming lags a lot. With my Verizon Fios internet connection, I thought I'd get an immediate live stream once I clicked on the app. However, I was waiting about 10 seconds, and I think that's due to the cloud storage system. Secondly, while it is 1080p, I would say that the video quality is only decent compared to some of the other cameras that we've seen. Finally, it does have a 130-degree viewing angle, which is higher than most, which is typically 120 degrees. So it's going to capture almost everything in a room. It does have audio, but it doesn't have two-way audio. It will pick up on sounds and you can hear what's happening, but you cannot respond to or tell anybody to do anything in another room. The Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera comes with the night mode that matches the quality of its daytime mode. Essentially what you'll see is a kind of a black and white rendering of the room around you, and you'll get a decent video quality and be able to see and discern what's going on. It can also still, of course, record video clips throughout the evening, and you can just watch your cat as it bounces off the walls and does all those things that cats do at night. The Netatmo Indoor Welcome Secure Camera really excels when it comes to its storage options. Of course, here at Security Baron, it is a necessary feature to have decent storage options, and here they really excel. There is a Dropbox option, so you can directly drop all your videos that you have into the Dropbox. In addition, you can set up your own private FTP server, and there's local storage with the SD card that takes up to 32 gigabytes. So this is definitely a necessary feature that is spectacular for the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera. Here at Security Baron, we take smart platform integration pretty seriously, and the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera has a lot of functionality in that sense. It links directly with Google Home, so you can use your Google Assistant to go through and see what's going on in your house. But what's unique to the Netatmo is this new bot it has with Facebook Messenger. So I take my smartphone, I go directly into the app, I can say who is at home, and the app will respond to me with who it's recognized or just tell me that no one's at house. That's a pretty cool feature and unique to the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera. Here at Security Baron, in each review we do, we want to look at a device's facial recognition technology and artificial intelligence. So the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera is no different. It has facial recognition that can match up to 32 faces. So you can put up to 32 people into the system via the smartphone app, and it will start to recognize them, and therefore it won't begin to go off or send alerts when those people are in the home. So they can feel safe and like they're not being watched and recorded at all times. And of course, it will go into pets and humans and distinguish between the two. Considering the market that Netatmo is trying to compete in with the Google Nest, the Canary, and the Lighthouse, I was a little disappointed in how difficult it was for some of the elements of this to work for the price that they're asking. It comes in at approximately $200. So you'd expect it to work a little better and to have a little more functionality. For example, no two-way audio for that price point. The last thing I want to talk about today when talking about necessary features for any camera for Security Baron is convenience. The Netatmo, from the moment which you unbox it to the moment which you set it up on the app, is only about 10 minutes. You can get it going and start inputting faces, and it's pretty straightforward and relatively intuitive. It wasn't hard for me to link my Facebook Messenger account or even the Google account to the Netatmo Welcome to Your Career camera. However, there are a couple issues I would say. One, it gets really hot to the touch. Granted, you're not holding this very often, but it is a little jarring because it kind of makes me worry about what's actually going on. Secondly, the lag is tremendous. It's really strange to have to see something going on 10 to 15 seconds after you know it actually happened. And that's an issue that I really think is affecting my perspective of the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera. So let's take a look at the Netatmo mobile application. So when you open the app on the very first page, you just get a bunch of faces with the live stream option down below. Now, the faces are mostly my face and some people that have come into my room, from various people who've come in and out. And then you can begin to name them. If you go in, you can see who it was, or you can see who came through. It's useful. The issue is that the Netatmo, depending on the direction in which it sees someone, may see the same person and think that there's someone else, which can be a little bit annoying. So even if I put in everyone's face, it doesn't necessarily always capture it, but it does get better over time. Now, if I want to go into the live stream, I just tap on the page, and here you can see how well it works. Now, the live stream is maybe not the best quality that we've seen for our cameras inside the app, but if I very briefly go to full screen, you can see how well that works out. It's actually a pretty good little nifty little video there. Now, if I go out, I can look at the 3 buttons in the top right that give me various options. So you got the monitoring of each room and each camera. So here I've got Baron Point and Baronesque both set up. Now, I would like to make a point right now. Baron Point was our initial Netatmo camera. Now, we ended up having some issues with the night vision on that camera for whatever reason. And we would like to really commend the Netatmo support team for walking us through working with that camera and then just sending us a replacement camera once we realized that we couldn't get the night vision to work. So kudos to Netatmo and the people that we were in correspondence with for how well they reacted to our questions and supported us throughout this process. Now, to go back to the app, in the top left corner, you've got settings. It's a very minimal app. You've got Manage My Home, that allows you to look at various elements of how you've got it set up, alert and recording settings. And so here, it talks about when people are away, like how long does they need to be gone before it sets them as away. It says, will unknown faces always be recorded? Do you want to be notified? Do you want to know it even when you're home? Do you want to know when unknown faces are there? And there are options as to whether or not you just record video directly on motion detection. So you may want to have a setting where people just walk in the house and as soon as they walk by something, it starts recording them, or you can have it so that only when no one is home will it start to record. Because this is basically just to give you varying levels of privacy on your app so that you're not always being watched. And then, of course, there's just, which is useful for a lot of people, just the pet detection. So when your pet gets there, you'll know. And it does warn you about the fact that you don't have unlimited space with an SD card. What's also great is that there's an alarm detection. So if it hears anything, it'll let you know. So if an alarm goes off for another system you may have, if you have like a home security system or this, that, and the other, and you'll get a direct notification to your phone. And at the bottom, you can set when it deletes events and when it does not. Now, for editing profiles, I can put in different people as I have here, the different names. I'm Gabe, I put my stuff in. It should recognize me, but you'll note that, as I stated earlier, it won't always know. Now, something we talked about earlier was the fact that the cloud storage options are so great. So you've got cloud storage for Dropbox, and you can set up your own FTP server. You can manage the guests in your home So who can come in, who can look at the app, who has access to it, install new products, and of course the smart home app, the smart home bot for Facebook Messenger. That is where we initially started talking to Netatmo, and we eventually got to a real person who helped us to set up our new system. So that's our look at the Netatmo mobile application. So now we're looking at the high definition video on the Netatmo Welcome. And honestly, it's almost as beautiful as the camera itself. Now, the Netatmo has 130-degree field of view, so you're actually capturing a lot of what's happening in here. And you have digital zoom up to 8 times. So we can go in and see what's happening, look over here, give it the old globe test, which is always fun, and see exactly what's going on in the room. So when it comes to the video quality on the Netatmo Welcome, we give it full marks because, look, you can see for yourself. It's great. Here's the night vision on the Netatmo Welcome security camera. And honestly, we really like it. The Netatmo has infrared LED for night vision, and it allows us to see everything that's going on. So even if you look at our globe, it still captures everything on the screen. You can make out all the continents, and you can still do your digital zoom. So here I am looking at everything in the room, and it's very, very clear. We actually really, really like how well the night vision works on the Netatmo Welcome. Ultimately, there are a lot of great things to say about the features of the Netatmo Welcome indoor security camera. From the beautiful minimalist design to the fact that I get alerts of motion detection on all my smart devices. From my smartphone to my smartwatch, I can know what's happening at any moment by just clicking in and watching the live stream. But that live stream does come with tremendous lag, and I found that to be a little problematic for going about my day and doing things expeditiously. Otherwise, it's a great device and can help you feel secure in your home. I hope you've enjoyed our video review of the Netatmo Welcome Indoor Security Camera. If you'd like to read our full thoughts, Google Security Baron plus Netatmo Welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a like on this video. As always, this is Gabe. Be secure.